All right, welcome back to CNC Equipment's YouTube channel.
Hi.
We've got the video everybody's been waiting for today. The laser.
Begin laser ignition sequence.
Begin laser ignition!
You guys have seen there's been a few clips in some previous videos. I know we got a lot of comments and stuff. I put a couple shorts up this thing, but we got us a new 2000 watt laser machine from SFX laser, right? They sent us this to try it out for a few months, kind of do a test on it, and it's been pretty fun, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've used it on a few things already. We want to make sure it was something we're going to put on our channel and see how it works and stuff. So it's got its place for sure. We're going to kind of go through setting this thing up. There's a bunch of different settings you can do, and just turn it on. It's kind of a trick in
It's
itself.
a little bit of a chore.
I always have to call Kevin when I need to use it. Say, turn on my laser for me. It's a pretty well built machine and everything. I'll throw some clips in here when we first got it. The insides of it are pretty cool. Everything's built nice from what I see. Originally it come with 3 wires, right? We had a ground and 2 legs of 120. So this is a 220 volt machine. I believe it's 40 amps is what it says it runs at. So we put our 50 amp welder plug on it. So we're just running off a 50 amp welder circuit. It's pretty nice. They have some different models. I think they have a 1000, 2000, 3000. 3000 is single phase, or 3 phase only, excuse me. So we don't have 3 phase power here at this shop. But so this is about the biggest one you can run on single phase power. So gonna walk us through it. So we did have to, we put our welder plug on there. We did have to add 4 gallons of distilled water. It's a cooler for the torch and everything. That's all inside here. You guys seen all that? Pretty simple. They give you a bunch of extra stuff and lenses and all that good stuff. So they do send a manual with it. Like a lot of the overseas manuals are somewhat kind of vague. A little vague. So lots of warnings and stuff here. Of course, it's a laser. You gotta be careful.
Yep.
Mr. Kevin's gonna show you how to turn it on.
So you have settings, which you gotta have a password.
I know, that's pretty simple, isn't it?
But the password
6.
That gets you in. Change any settings you want, which we don't need to. But we didn't have to mess with that. What we did have to figure out is how to turn the thing on.
Yeah, and there's so you've got to set the laser up for different kinds of materials. We've got a bunch of new materials that we've never even tried here. We got a powder coated panel. We got a fender off a truck. We've been using them on bulldozers. We've got cast iron over there, aluminum. I see you got all kinds of stuff out of the junkyard. So
we gotta try everything.
we've used them on some smaller, delicate pieces, and you can adjust the power of the laser and the width of the laser too. It kind of shoots just a wide beam. Is that right?
Yeah.
And it's got what they call a wave, I think.
Yeah.
Again, we're not real professionals on this, but we've kind of learned as we went along.
Yeah.
So this company offers laser welders and all kinds of other things, so make sure you check them out. There'll be a link down below in the description for a discount code. I'll go over that a little bit later on in this video, so if you guys are looking for something like this, it'll save you a little money. So what are we doing now?
Well, we're gonna actually turn it on now.
Okay.
So we go to cleaning. We got another password. This password is 1. Hello.
So I don't know about all the password things, but anyway.
Okay. So you have your power set up.
Okay.
So we're gonna run 85%.
Have we had it on 100% yet?
No.
Maybe we should do that in this video.
Oh, okay.
So we've had it down as low as what?
50.
So in this book here, you want to show them? They got a graph.
They have
scanning width and the speed you've got to program in here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're on 85% power.
Yep. Okay. So you get to this screen, which let's go back. Cleaning. We're ready. Turn on your sway. Turn on your laser. It's going to tell you. Little safety. You're ready to run now. So unwind your cable. They did say it's important not to pinch this cable.
It would make sense. So it's a laser.
Yes.
You think Levi's had anything to do with this?
Yeah, probably.
So it's got air coming out of there. The main laser comes out of right there, and it's not on right now.
No.
That's a little door. You guys can hear the air coming out of there. That's kind of blow the smoke and stuff away. I do know you don't want to blast upside down with your laser because the dirt and stuff will come back down and clog up that lens. That lens is kind of key. They do give you free, or give you some extra lenses there to use. So Kevin's going to get geared up, and we'll try some blasting and give you a set of glasses. I highly recommend wearing those things so you don't burn your eyeballs out. It's very important. I am very curious to see. So you've got a powder coated panel off a John Deere dozer here.
Yep.
We've got a Ford truck fender off my shop truck that has Bondo and plastic in it here, I see. And I know this gray paint's super thick. This is actually enamel paint. Kind of got the Ford factory primer paint here. Got a rusty cross-membered heavy scale. We got some aluminum here on an oil cooler. Got a cast iron manifold. Another piece of aluminum. It looks like an old truck wheel. You guys have seen us use it on some bulldozers and stuff like that. So, are you ready? All right, so this thing's got a little dot on it. We put the dot there, kind of where you're shooting, aiming. You guys can kind of see that. The trigger, you got to pull it twice to make it fire. Pull it once and hold it again, and it lights up. So. I will say the distance is key on this gun. It seems like you get too close, it doesn't work. About 2 foot away or so. So how do we do here?
Not too bad.
Let's see, we got some plastic that's still in there. So one thing you got to watch out for on this thing, it does heat the metal up. It does get warm. So that's getting like almost too hot to touch.
Yeah. So middle of a door panel is going to be pretty bad.
No, you wouldn't want to go in the middle of a door panel and do that. So I could see you warping this real quick. Why don't you hit right there and see how hot it gets? I'll be a little closer, Bubby. Well, that's melting out a lot of Bondo right there. It must be all mud. That's all body filler he's running right now. There you go. A little farther out. That is nothing but body filler right there, folks. There's the metal.
I was say, surely something shiny's going to start coming out soon, right?
So it's getting it hot enough that it just melted all this body filler out of here.
Yeah. That's crazy.
This is why I put new fenders on my shop truck.
That looked like a pretty good fender.
Yeah, it's not. See if it'll blast off that rest of that remaining paint and stuff there. Turn it 90 degrees now, so it kind of leaves some little lines there you gotta watch. I found if you turn it 90, I can already see that getting hot and it's bubbling up. You see that?
Yep.
So that metal's got hot, so now you could turn that power down. I'm sure on sheet metal, that is a worst case scenario right there. That's a
tremendous amount of mud.
That had 3/16 of plastic in there, so it's a lot. All right, what are we on to next?
Let's try something different. Try different.
So this is cast aluminum, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's an intercooler pipe off Power Stroke, it looks like.
Oh.
You get it cleaner now, you need to turn 90 and go with it.
Yep.
So when you guys hear it not making very much noise there, it means the surface is getting pretty clean there. So. Not bad, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nasty piece of aluminum.
Yeah, it's been around a couple of years.
That guy could probably polish that a little bit and it would come right up.
Yeah.
It's definitely hot to the touch. Like, can't leave your fingers on it any more than a few seconds. Got some super heavy pitting there. There's a lot of heavy rust scale there. See what that does.
Should we turn it up a little bit?
I would sure
or
can.
just go with it?
I have found one place this thing's awesome is in
irregular.
Yeah. So like this wheel right here, you know how hard it is to sand around that joint and stuff right there? We've been using on a couple projects like welds and stuff like that. You can get in those little nooks and crannies like super easy, super nice. Right there is pretty slick. You turn the gun 90 and you can get rid of all those
little... You can actually read the serial number on the rusty rim still.
Yeah. Now turn your gun 90 and go go this way, and it pretty much will clean up. You're too close there. Very nice on that. You can see how it's getting into that area right there around that weld and that crack. Very nice on that. What about this old heavy scale here? Alright, so one thing I have noticed, it does not want to take off this, but this is probably 1/4 inch thick heavy scale right here. Again, you can take a needle scaler and get this and then go over it with the laser.
Yeah.
So like that there, that scale, it won't pop that off, but...
It'll clean the top.
It will clean it, yeah. But you gotta get all that out. So it does not take off heavy scale. That's something where a needle scaler or a sandblaster would do. What do you got over here? More aluminum? We got a cast iron manifold. Want to try that?
Yeah. Well, I thought this was kind of nice because it's super irregular. A place you'd never be able to get a grinder or anything to clean it.
That's cast aluminum off a Power Stroke oil cooler.
There we go.
Definitely getting down in there.
Yeah.
You blow it out, do it a couple more times, and you've got a good place for paint to stick or whatever. So
yeah. Ooh, still got water in it.
That's something right there. It's kind of impossible to get in unless you've got a bead blaster or something like that. So got an old rusty cast iron manifold over here. This looks like more Power Stroke parts.
Okay.
Wow. That's pretty nice. Again, there's a little bit of scale on this in places. Scrape that off first and you've got an almost new looking manifold there.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
It is. Like I say, it cleans the top of scale and everything, so you just got to make sure get all your loose stuff off if you're going to do that, if you've got a scaly surface.
Yeah.
If it's very heavy. Now this wheel is kind of scaly, but I believe it took it all off. So the wheel's still hot. So heat does put off quite a bit of heat. We'll do a test here with the heat gun and show you guys that, because that's something that's going to be concerning, especially if you're doing car parts. The big thing I'm wondering about, this is a powder coated John Deere shield off at 750J. If anybody knows about powder coat, it is nasty stuff.
Pain to get off.
It is. It is. And places like this is a real pain to get prepped. So I'm real curious. We've never tried on powder coat yet. We have tried on paint. I know a lot of these, there's some other videos of these things. It's always just on bare steel. So we'll probably get on that dozer over there and show you taking some paint off. But they do take paint off. I think you just burned the powder coat there.
They made it off here because it had an edge to get to it.
Yeah, I bet if you turn that gun 90 and go the other way, you might get rid of the rest of it. This powder coat is very thick too, but it almost ate it all off here.
Yeah.
You guys can kind of see the lines of the laser there.
Yeah.
Let's turn it 90 and see what it does.
Oh yeah.
I pretty much got it all there.
Yeah. You're doing bare metal.
Yeah, it's bare metal there.
Yep. Hot.
It's warm. We'll get a temperature gun here and we'll see how much temperature difference we have. All right, we got us a heat gun here right now. This is all in Fahrenheit too, so this panel is about 77 degrees right now. So he's gonna hit that a little bit and see how hot it gets. .110 degrees or so. And this is probably 10 gauge 3/16 steel, it looks like, so not terrible. But it does get hot the longer you stay on it.
Yeah.
Let's go over in this old bulldozer and show you some paint on it. All right, so that was full-blown powder coated. I actually was kind of impressed with that, wasn't you? So this is just old single stage enamel. I believe it's had about 2 coats of paint on it. Just an old, this is a 34-year-old bulldozer with John Deere enamel paint on it. So let's see what it does. How about around some of these irregular bolt areas? That's like very hard to sand and stuff.
Still a little bit of paint, but
yeah, that's a rough. That is cast steel right there too. That's not regular steel, but it did get around all those bullet holes and stuff pretty nicely. Again, that's way better than any sand job for sure.
yeah.
This is where I seen it shine. Like say you want to do repair out here in this rough weld, trying to grind all it out and get that shiny. He'll turn that gun sideways there and should be able to get most of it. Keep in mind this has got several layers of paint on it too. So that's pretty awesome right there. That's ready to weld to. That is a very hard area to get to.
Yeah.
For sure. I did try it down here in the undercarriage the other day. Again, we have some scale here, so it's not cleaning it plumb down to the bare bones. I am impressed so far. It's got its place, that's for sure.
Yeah.
For little spot areas, I could see a welder, fabricator using something like this, repair shop, something like this. Even a body shop, doing a frame on a truck or something like that. Something that's very irregular. It has a bunch of different areas and stuff like that. Round bolt heads.
Yeah,
And
it's something with a ton of paint. It's not gonna.
I tell you what, I didn't think it would touch that powder coated panel.
I didn't either.
Me and you
I
both
figured
know.
it'd boil.
So a sandblaster, even a heavy sandblaster, it'll bounce off that stuff.
It'll burn through eventually.
So that was pretty impressive there on that part. So we did try taking off a decal here the other day. You guys can kind of see this. So this is a decal. The only way it takes, so a sandblaster will just bounce off this, right? And the only way this is coming off, it's kind of melting it off, but it will take it. You kind of see the imprint there. But the paint, the heat will eventually melt it loose. So the only downfall I can see is probably the heat on thinner metal. Just got to be careful what you're doing as far as that goes. So.
And it could just be that we don't know the perfect settings too, but if you let it be a little aggressive, it will start etching that metal too.
It will. So we were cleaning up some gland nuts on some hydraulic cylinders, had real fine threads in them, and I think you had it turned up in that higher setting. And actually on the very peak of the very sharp point of that tooth or that thread, it would kind of melt a little bit. So we turned it back down, got it tweaked in a good setting there, and it was fine. So we definitely got to play with your settings if you're on something delicate. Like I say, we did mess up some. I didn't say we messed them up, but I could see they were starting to get a little warm there. So, but it's very interesting. But yeah, your plastics, rubbers, it's going to melt that stuff if you stay on it. So that's for sure. You know what I'm thinking? I see this piece of glass right here. Wonder what it does on glass.
I don't know. Should we try it on that?
Not that one, but we will find us a piece of glass. All right, looks like somebody found a mirror. Can we hit the corner of it?
Yeah. That is not a good idea.
No, looks like it's a crack in the glass.
Reflected up there and got you. More power.
So glass is not a good idea. We kind of figured that. You guys got any comments down below? Any other materials you want to see ran or something? I see you just turned it up to 100. 100%. See what happens.
This makes me believe Star Wars is actually real.
Is that right? It is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this actually will kind of etch the metal. Now, you've got it turned up pretty hot, so it's doing that. You can turn that back down where it's not quite as aggressive as that.
Yeah.
But if you're doing rusty stuff, you want it aggressive.
Yeah.
Let's turn it down so we can get a smoother finish here.
Okay.
So that's actually putting little scratches in the metal. That's how wicked that thing is. So let's turn her down to about 85%, then narrow your swing rate down.
Yeah.
So you're on 80 and 10,000 right now.
I'm gonna try like 50, 6,000.
Say 50 and 6,000. So that's going to be a little bit narrow. It's going to be about 2 inches wide, 50 millimeters, and have a little less power there, a little less aggressive.
I'll go wrap this up.
See how that's a narrower width. Still left some little marks. Again, that's less aggressive than that. Of course, you can turn it down more or up or whatever you need. So, what do you think?
Putting a lot of body panels in a hurry.
Yeah. A little warm. You could warp a lot of stuff real quick too if you're on a. Couldn't use that on a hood or a big door or something like that. Something like this, it's very intricate. Pretty good for. I see it as nice on wheels, those welds, rough surfaces. If you think you're going to strip a whole car with that, I don't think that's probably the perfect tool for that.
No.
But this heavier metal and stuff like that, and stuff we work on, I think it's key. So that's kind of the quick and dirty of this machine. I'll put all the company's information down below where you can get these at. You guys see there where they're made. But all in all, I think this could be a pretty good shop tool for us.
Yeah.
We've used it, Tucker's used it a couple times on some welding projects. Getting stuff clean, it just saves a lot of labor and time. So you can go down below, link is to their website, you can go on there. And I believe you're gonna get a $200 off coupon code if you use CCE $200. $200 off. So I'll put that right down below here in the description and the screen. Go visit them, check those lasers out, and it helps us out too. So they also sell other things like laser welders and a lot of other cool stuff. So this is a BLC 2000.
I wanted to see how hot it is.
Oh, this thing?
Because we've been messing with it.
Right.
Oh.
It does have a fan. You guys might hear it kicked on right now.
Temperature. Not even close.
No.
Because you know, sometimes some of these things you don't realize when you're on TV. It sounds really good, but then it overheats.
Right. We've not overheated this thing yet. I will say that we got a welder plasma cutter donated to us to test out, and it overheated in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But this so far, we have not overheated it. So, but we've not used it any longer than probably 15-20 minutes. But,
yeah, but we're not even pulling temperature much.
No.
Channel 1 is just.
So, yeah, I could see us maybe keeping this machine. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep on using this thing. You guys got anything you want to see this used on? Make sure you subscribe to our videos, because we'll be using this in random videos from now on. So you guys will probably see this. Well, if you got any questions on this thing, drop it down in the comments. Either me or Kevin's reading the comments. We'll try to respond to them, how it does and what it does and all that good stuff. If you guys in the neighborhood, I know these things aren't terribly cheap, and you want to try it out, it's here. Mr. Kevin or I can get you set up and try it out. So if you want to see how it works. But so far, so good.
If you're serious.
If you're serious, not just to see me or Kevin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want everybody and their brother coming over here playing against your laser.
No, we are super busy. But if you're serious about buying one, let us know. So, anything else we can say about this? We still need to put some hours on it.
Yeah,
for sure. But
there's no cleaning up directly upside down.
No, you got to keep that glass lens clean. I know some smoke while ago was kind of blowing up in your favor. It does have a little air nozzle that tries to push that away, but you don't want that smoke or dirt going back up in there.
And it's not good for outside if it's super windy or something.
No,
the wind does mess with it.
Can't have much wind. What has impressed me is this powder coat.
Yeah,
for sure, burning that off there. That's actually pretty
with
impressive.
A sander with 80 grit, that'd take.
This right here, you can't get in there. I know you didn't stay on this very long, but you've got most of those holes cleaned up. A little bit more effort, and you could clean those perforated holes up. So you guys can see how that's kind of rusted in there, but pretty handy for something like that. So yeah, go down below, check their website out. It helps us out. If you guys are interested in buying one, use that code. It'll save you guys a little money. If you got some kind of restoration shop, I could even see one car restoration, frame, axles, that kind of stuff. You can do this in your own home garage. You don't need a sandblaster, all the deadly stuff that you've got to get rid of all that stuff and making a mess in your neighborhood. And you could literally do this in your garage with some good ventilation.
Yeah,
if you wanted to. So
fume extractor.
Yeah, fume extractor, and you're good to go. You can do this anywhere. So, but that's what the nice thing is. You have no mess.
Yeah.
No mess left over. That's the big thing with blasting. So. You just got a little small part. I mean, it could even replace a bead blast cabinet. That thing's a third of the size of a small bead blast cabinet. So if anybody's got a welder, they've got a 50 amp outlet that's very serious. You just plug it into and you're good to go. So
it's quick.
It is quick.
I mean,
quick and dirty. Clean, dirty.
Because you can take a huge part and you can replace this one little thing.
Yeah.
Just hit that. Whereas you put it in your blast cabinet, you gotta have a cabinet.
Now this is a good example how this is all. I mean, this is hard to get clean perfectly. Like, say you wanted to weld a patch in this fender, you want to get in there and clean it out.
Yeah.
You're not doing that with hand tools very easily. No. So that thing will get in there. It bounces off corners and all that kind of stuff.
You're making a big mess outside trying to prep it.
Right. Right.
You could lay this thing basically on your table and just shoot it.
Yeah.
Shoot the spot and be done.
Yep. It doesn't need much. No prep work or anything. So.
Cool.
All right, guys, we appreciate you watching a little short kind of educational video, but I thought it was something cool that you guys might like for sure. So definitely let us know down in the comments below. We do appreciate everybody watching. Like this video, do us a huge favor, go down below, hit that thumbs up button. It helps us out a lot. If you guys want to see us thing in action a lot more, make sure you subscribe, because we're using on big old heavy ugly bulldozers. But we'll be sure to include it in any videos in the future when we're using it. So we appreciate you watching. We'll see you guys next time. Yeah,
this is one of them match light starters.
I think you just would burn in there, bub.
I thought you were putting my name in it.
Oh.